So besides major, we have minor scales. So let's figure out the whole steps and the half steps of a minor scale. The simplest minor scale is A minor. The reason being there's no sharps or flats. And so that's the basic format of minor. And then A to B. See, there's a key in the middle, so it's whole step. B to C. There's no key in the middle, so it's half. And if we work it out, it's whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. This is what we call natural minor. And it's the A natural minor because it starts on A. Okay, so why don't we try to build one other minor scale? I'll just start on C. C, a whole step above will be D. And D, a half step above will be E flat. E flat whole step will be F. So if I just take the pattern and transfer it over, it would have been this. We don't have like a shortcut way to find the key signatures for minor scales, but thankfully we can actually find it from its relative major. So A minor and C major are called relative keys because these two keys have the same key signature, and in this particular case they both have no sharps or flats. Okay? And the reason why I want to mention minor scales in this clip is because if you're doing level 1 or level 3 books, they often ask you to figure out if a 5-finger pattern or a triad is major or minor. So let's say if you're given this F, A, C, and they ask you to name the chord. The letter name is simple because when it's stacked up some kind of third, we call this a third. F, G, A, it's a third, F, G, A. And we call this a fifth, F, G, A, B, C. Then it's root position chord. And when it's root position triad, we call this a triad because it's got 3 notes. And it's stacked up a third and a fifth. The lowest note gives us letter name. So the letter would have to be F. We don't really know if it's uppercase or lowercase at this moment because we don't know if it's major or minor. When it's given like that, and because I mentioned in the previous video that the first note and third note of a major scale forms the major triad. So we just take the F and we start thinking what's the key signature for F major, and it's B flat. So you have F, G, A, B flat, C, A, D. Take first note, third note, and fifth note. It gives you F, A, C. Now we know it's F major triad. Okay. And what if it's F, A flat, C? We can tell this is an F minor triad for 2 reasons. One, it's just the middle note is lower than major one. 2, it's the first note, third note, and fifth note of an F minor scale. Okay, so then we write out 2 scales and we can compare. Let's do G major and G minor. If you take the first note as the same third note and the fifth note, you'll realize this is the only note that's different. So the first note and then third note and the fifth note of a minor scale forms the G minor triad. It's a G minor triad because it's from a G minor scale. So at this point, I got to talk about how do you figure out the key signatures for minor. The relationship between relative major and minor are 3 half steps apart. So for example, C major relative minor is A minor, you go down 3 half steps to find it. So if you know the minor to find the major, you gotta go up 3 half steps. If you know the major to find the minor, you gotta go down 3 half steps. So let's try to find a relative minor for B major. Because this is B major, so I need to go down 3 half steps. 1. We have to call this G sharp. G sharp, we don't call it A flat because it has to be 3 letter names apart also. So then it's G sharp minor. G sharp minor will then have exactly the same key signature as B major. So we know B major, half step lower is A sharp. So all the sharps up until A sharp, B, F, C, G, D, A, right? B, C sharp from here. D sharp's this one. E, F sharp's this one. G sharp. A sharp. B. So that's the B major scale. And if we were to write out a G sharp minor, it would be this. G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. So this is like G sharp minor. Then if I take G sharp, B, and D sharp, then it would be G sharp minor triad. So the words like major and minor, they are basically adjectives to describe different things. When it's 2 notes at the same pitch, however it divides it up in the middle, and it follows whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, then it's a major. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Extra note here. Then it's called a major scale. When you chop it up to only 5 notes, up until major 5-finger pattern. When it's only this note, that note, and that note, it's major triad. I will do the same thing with a minor scale. Let's try to find a relative minor for D major. 1 half steps, 2 half steps, 3 half steps. It's a B. So B, D major key signature would be F and C, right? So B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. This whole thing B minor scale. Then if you have just the first 5 notes, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, B minor, 5-finger pattern. If it's just B, D, F sharp, it's B minor triad. Okay? And then remember the pattern for minor is just whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, here, da-da, whole, half, whole, da, whole. They are both whole steps in the end.